I feel like I'm riding the back of a Tyrannosaurus Rex on Jurassic Park right now. This music's regal. What do we have, John Williams on the score today?
I'm just out handing out coupons today, folks.
That's right.
It's BOGO Friday.
You get a BOGO ticket.
Congratulations on being 4-1.
That's right. I don't care. I'll roll with it. They play the way they played last night. They could beat any team in the league. Here's where we start. I think the venerable Coach Prime said it best. Do you believe? See, while Jim Costa was selling you moral victories and being a total candy ass on network coverage, no less. Shame on Jim Costa. And other people are going, well, I need this, I need that. All I said to you was, if you were for real, you go into Green Bay last night, business trip, and you win. I don't put a score on it. I don't put a style on it. There wasn't a certain win. But the fact that you rolled up there with a street cleaner and put their face in the scrubber, that's all the better. So my question is, do you believe? Are you now accepting that you have a really good football team that is 3-1, and as Rico put it, BOGO arrival, 10-day rest into a game against Carolina? Like, it's okay to feel good. Rico, I don't know what happens with you because I know your phone never stops. But, like, for me, like, I had people I've known for so long. Wow, who are these Lions? And I'm like, F you. Like, I don't, just enjoy it. I can't believe this is real. Like, if I got another one of those texts, my head was going to explode. Stop being affected. Just go for the ride. Enjoy it. They're good. How many effing times do I have to say it?
I know. No, my phone, it was just me and my one of my oldest friends, college roommate, knew him in high school.
M. Lover.
No, B. Stevens.
Okay.
But
I don't know.
No. But here's the thing. He has been a lifelong Lions fan. I'm like, Brian, this team is good. Like, the hype has finally met the expectation for the first time in my life that you always hear. Oh, this is our year. This is our year. You know what? I kind of believe it is. And Mike, here's something that I think I know you can relate to.
Let's hear it.
This team reminds me a lot of the 2013 MSU Spartan team, where it was, okay, they've won a few games, but eventually they're going to go back to being who they were. And then they just kept picking up momentum. And then the defense got better. And all of a sudden, there's just no fly zone. And the next thing you know, you're like, wait a minute, this team is really good. Like, the nation started noticing it. Last night on national TV, best thing that happened to you was utter domination of Green Bay. You turned it into a mausoleum in the first half. By the end of the game, when you're hearing "Let's go Lions" in Green Bay, that had to be embarrassing if you're a Packers fan. But it just showed you. The first play, after the pick, you're thinking, okay, all right, we're into a ball game. No, it wasn't, because it was 3-0, and then you blinked, and it was 27-3. And it was never that close. It was just a complete – it was like almost a football version of a complete game.
You could simplify what you just said. It's the best first half of football I've seen from the Lions.
Ever.
Again, against a good team in my memory. I know someone will find something anecdotal. I'm just saying. I agree with you totally. It was a business trip.
See, I don't even think they beat expansion teams like this. It was – Green Bay never had a chance. Mike, they didn't cross the 50.
I watched the game.
I understand. I'm sorry.
I was present.
Until the second to the last play of the first half, followed with a sack, putting you back. No. You don't belong on this side of the 50. Get back on your side of the street. Total domination.
Look, one thing is getting pretty obvious. They can run it, and they stop the run. How many teams do they have to face that they stop the run before we start to believe that's actually their strength? And it doesn't have to make sense. No. I know that they're thin up front. I know they didn't draft Jordan Davis. I know they didn't draft Jalen Carter. Wish they would have drafted one of them. I do. But they stopped the run. Go look. About the last 10 to 12 games, go look. Nobody runs it on them. Yeah. They had the one outlier against Carolina. Other than that, what Rico's saying is we're in unison. We're Voltron.
Right, and for anybody, well, Jordan Love okay, guys.
I don't care.
You know what? You know what really good teams do? Really good teams make bad teams look bad. You got a good team. And some of you've been saying it for years, but guess what? Now you're living it. This team, this is one of the best teams in the NFC. The defense, they're rushing 4. They're not blitz. Like,
Rico, they're without their best corner. And they're without their starting safeties.
Who are you? What gives you the audacity to rush 4 and get this type of pressure? You're the Lions? Yeah, you're the Lions.
And again, you took a team that had backup O-linemen in there. You made right what you did wrong against Seattle. I think that's the other takeaway.
You took advantage. It wasn't your fault. But, hey, you know what? You showed up on the field. Just go ahead and take this beat down.
You can't ever play the way you played against Seattle again. I think that would be the big takeaway for me for Aaron Glenn. The conservative stuff, laying off, playing scared. Look at how they played the last 2 weeks. And I understand Geno Smith is better than Ritter, and he's probably better than Jordan Love. My point is, you can't play a different way. This team has a different gear when they're allowed to play aggressively on defense. Now, that doesn't mean we're going nuts and blitzing every down. I just mean you play physical, you really dominate the line of scrimmage, and yes, you get aggressive with certain things. I love the last 2 weeks. Different stuff. They put Derek Barnes at defensive end last week to generate a rush. This week, we're seeing Aiden Hutchinson used like Max Crosby.
Just walking around.
Moving him around. Now, again, is he good at it? No, absolutely not. But at least when you're doing it, you're forcing the offense to go, okay, I have to locate him. I have to adjust my pressures. Mm-hmm. I think eventually Aiden has to be more comfortable rushing from that standpoint. But they're trying things. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm with you, man. I just want to know, if you don't believe now, what's your problem? I was upset about Seattle because I know that this team was in there. Should they be 4-0? Yeah, they should. But 3-1 at the quarter pole, you take it all day, every day. Rico's a Niner fan. If I told you next 4 games you're going 3-1, you going to take it?
Yeah.
Blindly, you take it. Yeah. I answered a question a month from now. You going to take it?
Yeah.
You damn right. I'm a Giants fan. Don't even know who we play. 3-1. I'll take it.
Yeah,
sign me up. I'll take it.
Means you finish the year 12-4.
Last month of the season. Don't even know. 3-1. Sign my name in blood.
Yeah.
So you went 3-1. Success. You know the next marker now? 6-2 at the bye. That's it. Yeah. 6-2 at the bye week. You're getting pieces back, James Houston, and you begin earning the process of scoreboard watching and talking about seeding. 6-2 at the bye.
Right.
And I'll tell you right now, you're 6-2 at the bye. I guarantee, or as Charles Barkley says, guarantee, you're 6-2 at the bye. You'll have a multi-game lead in this division without tiebreak.
No, I totally buy into that, because I'm like, wait, they don't play another division game until the second half of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you got the Vikings twice, you get the Packers again, and you get the Bears twice. So, yeah, those are 5 winnable games that are in your back pocket. And you're good when the biggest concern is, are you going to leave Jared Goff in for the rest of the game? Why don't you take him out? That's a sign of a good team, where you're now worried, our lead is so big, maybe we need to take the starters out.
Just go on what travels. A defense and running the football.
I mean,
and
the fact that, hey, you're not even blitzing. You're just bringing 4.
With no Bakhtiari and no Jenkins, why should I have to blitz?
Right. I mean, it was like, okay, they got the interception and went backwards 20 yards.
David, your thoughts? I mean, I'm sure you were upset last night.
No, I was not upset last night. I was surprised last night.
Not from
the win, but the domination of the win. They dominated that game. And I looked at my son, one of my sons, at the end of the first quarter as it was ending, and I looked at him.
The one you fed or didn't feed?
Yeah, they ate. And I looked at him and I said, wow, they did all that in the first quarter? Like, I just forgot. I thought it was the end of the half. They dominated them. And what you always want from your team is to dominate in the trenches. We talk about that all the time. They dominated in that offensive line. You had Decker looking at the third level to block on some of those runs.
He's playing hurt.
He is playing hurt.
He's not 100%.
But he is the MVP of that team. I'm going to say that right now.
And David, it was one play. It was so funny. Poor Ragnow was just looking for somebody to hit. He ran 15 yards down the field like, okay.
It's almost like an opposing wide receiver against State. Just trying to find human contact. 248-539-9797.
Okay.
Listen. The bar is high today.
Yeah.
The highs of today are only going to be matched by the lows of tomorrow, Rico, at about 8 o'clock.
As you one game at a time. We are just here for Friday.
We're on to Iowa.
Okay. Whew. But no, I'm just like Ragnow is literally looking for somebody to hit, and he's like, "Okay, the play's over." And sure, all right, fine.
It's all there. It's all there. I think it's an A+ first 4 games. I'll deal with the loss to Seattle because of the way they bounce back. And look, you made the comp to like 2013 MSU. It's the same vibe. When State went down there and lost to Notre Dame on the 8 pass interferences, they bounced back the next week at Iowa City. Mm-hmm. And it was a game everybody thought they were going to lose. And they went to Iowa City and did exactly what we talked about last night. Business trip.
Yep. Showed
up, took it away, splash plays, dominate. And you're like, okay, this might be different. I get what you're saying there. I do. And
because I'm watching last night, like, I've heard years, decades of, okay, but it's going to be different this year. This year,
it's different because it's built different. That's the whole reason I got behind this, is you could see from the beginning they were taking almost a Cowboys model.
But see, I just needed some proof. And God bless them. They showed up and gave me proof. You bounced back from a loss with 2 dominating victories.
At what point last night did you sound like this? At what point were you power walking around your living room in a circle, possessed by the Holy Ghost spirit of the Detroit Lions?
Nah, it was
come on,
waiting on Jahmyr Gibbs to give me the final leg of my parlay, which
you break out some of that communion bread?
I did not.
I know you got some of that in your cabinet.
No, I don't.
Little crunchy snack?
No.
How about a little church wine?
Those are just called crackers, Mike.
Okay. Yeah, but you're so holy, I figured you'd have a box from the church.
They're just called crackers. You can buy them at the
You go to
grocery
Rico's
store.
house, the buffalo chicken dip's got the communion bread as the little tortilla chip.
No. Just regular old salty.
I always said it to David. You think the churches, they want people to come to Mass. Like, just replace that terrible wafer with like a nice piece of focaccia or a crouton or
There's
something.
a point to
It's
it.
symbolic.
Yes,
yes.
thank you.
It's awful.
It's very symbolic.
But think about a nice parm crisp. You'd really have people excited about communion.
Not how it works.
Food trucks in the lobby.
Why can't the body of Christ be a parm crisp? 248-539-9797. We got a good football team in this town. Let's go. It's so exciting.